Hi guys, my name is Matt from Photoshop Fun. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial based on how to do a transparency background and keep it on file as a PNG. Now, the first thing that we're going to be doing is this picture here. We're going to get the waves, and what we're going to do, we're going to select them, go around it like this with a selection tool, any selection tool you like. Copy that, and we're just going to paste it. Turn the background off because we're not going to use it now. And get the selection tool and move it in position. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to remove all that water, all that blue water background, and just keep the white. Now the most important thing is for stuff like this is that you can use this file for anything at all. A lot of people use it for things like the underwater tutorials, which you've already seen. Lots of people use those tutorials. Underwater, you know, the underwater one, and it's got that little fine line across the top of the water to distinctively show the difference between the underneath the water and the water itself. And that little line is basically this, what you're going to call it, water foam. So here we go. We'll get back into it, and what we're going to do, we're going to go up to channels. We're going to go through the channels. We've got blue, green, and red. You don't want RGB because that collects all the different colors. So look at the blue. That looks pretty good. We want a distinctive difference between the black and the white. Now the green, yeah, that's looking pretty good. The red, oh yeah, now that's really standing out. That's what we want. So we right click the red, duplicate the channel. Okay. So click on the copy on the bottom and get rid of the red one. Now, what we do, we go across to Image, Adjustments, and Levels. Now, with the levels, what we're doing basically here is really showing the difference between the black and the white. That's the contrast we want. We don't want anything in between. So all that water stuff you see here, we don't want that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take from the left slider and bring it down. Yeah, it's coming down quite nicely. And the middle one, we just bring it up a bit so it makes it a little bit lighter. That's good enough for us. That's good. We'll do that. Good. Now, hold down the Command key and click on the red copy in the channels. Go up to the layers. Click on layers. Don't click on it. Whatever you do, don't click on that because it'll just stamp it back out again and go back to RGB. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to mask. Just on the bottom here, hit mask. Bang. And there you go. Now that's the white background. Now the first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to change this to a smart object. Now we right click on the layer and go to convert to smart object, and that's done. Now if we turn on the background layer, I'll show you the difference. We'll click on it and you can just see it there on top. See how you can maneuver it around. You can do what you want with that. That's great. Now because it's a mask, we turn off the background layer, and we just might put another layer in there, and I don't know, have a blue color. So as you can see, it's kept the quality quite awesome actually. So there it is there. Now you've got bits and pieces here, these little waves. That's all right because we're in the mask mode, or we were in the mask mode. Put another mask on it. Make sure mask is clicked, not the actual image. Get your paintbrush tool and make sure you got white and black. Okay. Now don't forget, black conceals, and white reveals. Okay, so if you have any mistakes and you go, oh, I didn't mean to do that, and you go on to another one, you think, oh no. Instead of going backwards, you know, like going up to edit and go undo brush, you can only do it so many times, and then it won't let you go any further. So you just select it to white and color it back in again. That'll bring it back. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do that. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just finish off getting all this more or less like where it should be. Okay, now I'll just finish off the bottom here. Oops, okay, yeah, okay. All right, and just get rid of all that. We don't want that in there. That's pretty straightforward, of course. Now we've got that, and we can save that as a file. We can get rid of the two background layers. Get rid of them like that. And we just got that one file there. As you can see, if you do zoom in, you will see that it's still there in high quality. So that's a good thing. Now, we can save that as a PNG file. Open, you need to go down to save as, not save, because you don't want to save it whatever it was. You want to save it as, so it's a new one. You go to Photoshop, you go right down to PNG, and then call it whatever you want, waves. It's saying here must be saved as a copy with the selection basically because you've already got it opened and you're supposed to save it as a PSD file first. But anyway, save it like that and OK. And there it is on the bottom there saying saved. Right, so you can go select all and you can copy that and you can paste it into any object you like. Say for instance, okay, the fire. Put it in there. And look at that. Looks awesome, doesn't it? The waves. They are in there and you can utilize any other image with that. So that's a great thing. We'll get rid of that. Oh no, don't want that. Okay. So that's the waves. That's the first thing that we've done it with. These are some of the PNG files that you can download off the internet and see that's what it's like. And as you can see on the right here, it's only one layer because that's saved as a PNG file. So I can drag and drop that into any other picture. I can copy and paste it into the picture. Same thing as with the other one. I can do the same thing. So they're just some of the things that you can actually download off the internet. If you're going to do something like that, make sure it's copyright protected. It's not copyright protected. You can use it. You've got rights to use it and stuff like that. It's like all our images that we use, the same thing. And you can download them anywhere. And if you're going to download something like that, you make sure that you call the file, say for instance, waves. And then put PNG file, and that's the best way to search for stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the waves now, so we're finished with that. And now, okay, for instance, you've got this one. I mean, something like this, if you've got a clean white background, a lot of people did the same thing. Duplicate the background, get rid of the bottom one, and just use something like an eraser tool, and you can use the magic eraser tool and hit that, and straight away it's a transparency background. So we won't continue with that one. Now the fire, we're not going to work with that one. The fire. Now with the fire one, there's all different ways of doing this. A lot of people just get something with a bright color to it, bright contrast, and a black background. And you can actually copy that and paste it into another image and just change the blend modes to multiply, light, whatever you want. That's another way of doing it, but it loses contrast. So you've got to go back into the contrast figures and everything else and change that. So what we're going to do the same process here with the channels and the layers. So background, click on that, channels, and same thing again, go through the blue, the green, and the red. The red's the best because we want the difference between the white and the black. Okay, so we're going to copy that, duplicate channel, yes, click on the bottom, we've got that clicked. Right, we go up to image, adjustments, and levels. Again, we're just going to get the left hand one and we're going to bring that down. See what it's doing? It's actually really distinguishing the difference between the white and the black. Hit OK, Command, select. So see what it's doing? It's actually selecting just all the white and the surroundings. And don't click on the image, whatever you do, just hit mask, and there it is. So that's automatically got rid of the black background. And there's your fire. And the good thing about doing it this way, see how you've got in between there, the orange effect just in there is transparent. It's not a solid color. So especially if you're doing something with fire or something like hair and you've got small strands that you still want to keep in the photo, this is the best way of doing it. Now that can be used into any other object. Say for instance, okay, we're just going to convert this to a smart object as well. Convert to a smart object, and that way you can use that, copy and paste it, and save it whatever you want. If we've got a new layer here, I'll just fill it, drag and put on top. Yeah, you can see the big difference here. So let's just drag it down in size. There we go. So that's looking quite good, quite cool actually. So that's how you do transparency background, guys. Basically eliminating the background, but not eliminating it that much that it ruins the edges and stuff like that. There are different ways you can actually fix up the